What's going on? So we get in here. Yo, what up, bro? What up? I ain't even got my good water. Well, I do got one. You know, I keep it on deck. Well, yeah. I was thinking about been thinking about the season a little bit more. You know, thinking about the season, what's going on. I was watching I think Maize and Blue review yesterday. One of them, they all got about the same name. But they're talking about the offense. That's the thing now. The offense. What's going on with the offense? You know, and most of these guys, most of these people, they're not at practice. You get a few that are at practice, like Scar and Devin, but they're not at practice. They're there for like one day. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really get a feel for exactly how good something is going in one day at practice. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have a bad day of practice, the offense or whatever. But the big thing with the offense is they're going against our defense. You know, so it don't really matter who it is, because who it is at quarterback, because they're going against our defense. And I know Sharon said he was having Wink throw it all at him. Throw all the blitzes, throw it all at this offensive line so they can get better, so they can be ready for the season. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they're doing that, the offense is going to be behind because the defense is returning a lot of dudes that played, regardless of what Ohio State and other people think. You know, they don't know what they talking about, so they don't know. So the defense is returning all these studs. You know, whether it's Will Johnson, whether that's Quentin Johnson, whether that's Makari Page, whether that's Hausman, whether that's McBurrows, Josiah, Mason, Grant, Rashawn Benny, I'm not sure if he's back yet, and Derek Moore, TJ Guy. These dudes have been in the system. So it's going to be hard for the offense with a new offensive line and new quarterbacks to just really flourish, and you really want to show what you got. You know what I'm saying? Here, Nakai Hill Green might try to come back. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. Yes, sir. So it's going to be hard to show them what they really have. You know what I'm saying? Because we can just look at last year. Teams that we played, no quarterback we played looked good. It didn't matter if it was Tua. It didn't matter if it was McCord. It didn't matter if it was Jalen Milroe. It didn't matter if it was 6th-year Michael Penix. Every quarterback we played looked bad against our defense. And now, yeah, it's not the same defense, but you still got the same system, and you got a lot of the guys, because they're saying most of the stuff is the same. Makari Page was just kind of saying whatever, but they're saying most of the stuff is the same, and what wasn't working or what didn't work as good, Wink is trying to iron those things out, you know, getting advice from the players on what worked, what didn't work. cops behind. Boy, I don't smoke weed. I ain't in high school. I don't smoke weed. That ain't a cop though. I tried to explain that to all the silly Michigan fans. But yeah, so that's the thing. So whether it's Orji, Denegal, Tuttle, they're all gonna look kind of bad going against our defense. Plus, you got the new offensive line. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big thing, and the big takeaway. You can't really judge them right now because you're not gonna look consistent going against that defense, especially not if they're bringing those exotic blitzes and stunts. You ain't finna look good because you ain't gonna probably have time to throw it. Now, if they're vanilla and you're, that's a different story. But, I think most people got to calm down about that, about the quarterbacks a little bit. The other thing that people are talking about, a transfer. We got to get a transfer guy. I'm not sure I even want a transfer. I'm just going to be real. This is my opinion. You can have what you want. I want Orji to start. I don't care. I'm at the point now. I'm tired of seeing the clips and seeing this. I want this dude to start. I love the confidence, the way he talks. Like, I already got super strength. I already got super speed. I like that. I like that confidence that you got to deal with me. You got to deal with me. I like that. So I want Orji to start. That's my opinion. That's what I want. I want to see what he has and what he can do for real. You know what I'm saying? But the transfer, people talking about this transfer portal, just because you get a transfer portal dude, that don't mean he gonna be good in your system, because he has to pick up your system. You know what I'm saying? He's coming in and you're gonna be getting a guy that has to understand the pressure that comes with it. And I was in the chat talking about this a little bit on whatever. I'm not sure if it was Amazing Blue Review or what it was. The pressure that comes with it. And now this is the problem. This is the problem right here. It doesn't matter who. At this point, it's not going to matter who you get. Whether you get a transfer guy, whether you start one of the other quarterbacks on the roster. Let's say you start Tuttle. Let's say you start Denegal. The moment that dude looks bad, and you better pray we're not at home, there's going to be chance, put in Orji, put in Orji, put in Orji. They're going to be booing, and they're going to be chanting, and they're going to be saying, put in Alex Orji. You can wait on that. You can count on it. You want a for sure bet? Give somebody else that starting job and he don't look that good, them boos and them chants for Orji, they coming, and they gonna be coming hard and fast, I promise you. That's just what it is. There's too much hype around him now. There's too much hype around him. So if you get a portal guy, whether you start Denegal, you're almost putting them in a losing situation, because too much of the fan base has already got behind Orji. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. Whether I wanted Orji to start or not, this is what's going to happen. If that other dude does not look that good, them boos and them chants for Orji, they coming. So it's gonna be like a situation where, with a lot of these NFL teams, and I'm not comparing Orji to Cam Newton or nothing like that. I'm just saying when he stopped being a starter and teams, he was like, I could be a backup, and a lot of teams stayed away from him because they're like, well, if my starter doesn't play good, everybody's going to be looking for me to put in Orji. I mean, put in Cam Newton, and then it's going to be a problem. But yeah, that's the thing. So whoever they're gonna be in a situation, because if that happens, if somebody else wins that job, he's gonna be put in a losing situation, I feel like, unless he rises to the occasion and he's just good or great. You know what I'm saying? Then it's not a problem. But if he's not, it's gonna become a problem. And when I say that, I mean if he starts off slow, if he has a couple bad series, it won't even have to be the whole game. It could just be a bad quarter. And if we at home, they gonna be them boo birds and them chants for Orji, they gonna come. That's just how it goes. He's gotten too much hype, you know. He's gotten too much hype. Yep. We watched the eclipse, Johnny. I didn't have the glasses to watch the eclipse. I looked up, but you know, Florida, we weren't gonna get the full eclipse where you can just really see it in other places. They say the best place to watch it was like Arkansas or Tennessee. So they say we were barely gonna be able to view it like other places. So I looked up and it got kind of dim a little bit, but I didn't have the glasses to correctly watch the eclipse, you know. But that's what I've been thinking about with the Orji stuff. Yeah, and the offense should win. I mean, I've seen clips of Orji on the long run. I've seen touchdown steal shots and pictures. You know what I'm saying? I've seen that stuff, but you know, it's gonna be tough going against that defense. You know, we actually know that the defense is good. You know, we're not Ohio State or these other teams that they don't really know about Michigan. So you guys lost 44 seniors. Your defense is bad. You guys lost Rod Moore. Rod Moore played safety, linebacker, corner, and defensive end. Yeah, it's over for you guys. Like, bro, shut up. You know, so we know how good the defense is. So it's an uphill battle for the offense, which kind of sucks for the new quarterbacks, but in the offensive line. But that's how you get better. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get better. But I'm behind Orji because I want to see what that offense can look like, you know, with the dude like that, because we haven't had someone like that. I know you could say, you could say Denard Robinson. Denard was fast. He was a beast because he was so fast. But Denard wasn't 6'3", 240. He wasn't that. We had Devin Gardner. Devin Gardner wasn't as fast and wasn't built like Orji. Denard was built more like a Joe Milton. You know what I'm saying? But would run. You know what I'm saying? The problem with Devin was he was behind the worst Michigan offensive line in Michigan history. So, you know, that was a little different. But DG was a beast. I will take that to my grave and fight anybody that tries to say that dude wasn't a beast. He just was at Michigan at the wrong time. But we haven't really had anybody that's that fast and built like that. You know what I'm saying? Orji is something different. We haven't had anybody that's built like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Orji is built like a freaking running back or a D end or something. Like, that dude is. I see pictures of this dude and I'm just like, bruh, this is crazy. Like, this dude is crazy, boy. Ain't no way this dude's supposed to be built like this. Man, DG was a beast. Just the show that DG put on against Ohio State in that last game was crazy. Dude had like 300 passing yards, 100 something rushing or something like that. It was crazy. He had like 5 TDs. Dude was a beast. He was just at Michigan at the wrong time. It would have been amazing to see DG when Harbaugh was there. You know, it would have been crazy. Yeah, it would have been crazy to see him. I always laugh at people that talk about Devin and they don't even realize that this dude had some of the most amazing games in Michigan history. Those games, the game against Indiana with Jeremy Gallon. What Jeremy Gallon have? 350 receiving yards. DG got like 450. Got like 450 passing, and Jeremy Gallon's got like 330 or 40 receiving yards. Like crazy games. Like if DG was on, he was on. He finna shred you. Like, boy, you done messed up today because he about to go for 500 or something. You know, he was that type of dude. When he was having a bad game, it could get bad, and he'll say this stuff. That's what I like about him. He'll say this stuff. He'll toot his own horn and he'll let you know. And hey, when it wasn't going good, it wasn't going good at all for me. DG and Devin was good, just horrible coaching. Let offense some reps against second and thirds, and that's what I've been hearing. And that's what I've been hearing is they've been letting the offense go against some of the backups just so they can get in a groove. I imagine sometimes it's just hard to get in a groove with those stunts and those blitzes. And not only that, the fact that you're going against dudes that probably don't even need that stuff at this point. Because Derek Moore is still, he just started coming into his own half of last year. Josiah Stewart, same with him. Grant and Graham, they're just monsters. You know what I'm saying? And Grant came into his own the second half of last year. So these dudes are starting to peak in their football careers. So, you know, they feeling themselves. The D-line is feeling themselves. And then you got Barham, who they say is a missile, and Hausman, who they say is a missile. You got Will Johnson, you got Quentin Johnson at safety, and Makari Page, and they say Zeke Berry is starting to peak and is playing with the ones. Boy, you having a hard day. I don't care if it was JJ out there. You gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time with that defense. But yeah, you know, so the offense is coming along. It's gonna come along, and it's gonna get better. The offensive line, when they find their footing, you know, it's gonna be better. You know, but as far as the portal, I just don't think the portal is where it's at this year. Now, if you get a guy and you want depth and you want different looks, I'll give you that. But as far as trying to find a starter, I'm just not sure I would go to the portal. That's just me, because I think you're gonna set him up to fail. You know, and sometimes when you get a dude, and this, I'll give an example. Notre Dame last year with what's his name, Sam Hartman. Sam Hartman he's a good player, but to me, and this is my opinion, He wasn't a dog. If he was a dog, they beat Ohio State. He didn't want to leave it all on the field sometimes. You know what I'm saying? If you get a transfer quarterback, he has to understand the pressure that's going to come and how serious it is to be the quarterback at Michigan, at Ohio State, at Notre Dame, at Georgia, wherever, and so on and so on. He has to understand the pressure and what's going to come with it. So, you know what I'm saying? It has to be able to live up to that pressure. A lot of dudes can't live up to that pressure. So when you got the pressure, you're going to understand the moments, understand these big time moments and be able to flourish and not crumble in them. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about the quarterback, trying to get a transfer portal quarterback. And not only that, the pressure, like I said before, the pressure of the fans. Because when you that transfer portal get the job and then he don't look good, them Orji chances gonna be coming. Sit him down, Orji, sit him down. We need Orji, put Orji in. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. But I am glad to hear the defense is flying around and doing what I expect, and I think what we all expect out of the defense. So that's good to hear. Just knock on wood that we don't get any more injuries on defense. What else? Receiver. Now, a position I think we do need in the portal is receiver, because the depth just isn't there at receiver. You probably want to get a veteran receiver if you can. You know what I'm saying? Out of the portal, you probably do want to get a veteran receiver. You know what I'm saying? Not just somebody with potential, a veteran. I'd be looking for a sure-handed veteran receiver. That's the most important thing. Sure hands, good routes, good blocker. Because if you can't block, you ain't playing at Michigan. That's for sure. So if he can't block, he ain't gonna be in the game very much. I don't know why you in a rush, bro. This traffic is stop and go traffic. You might as well calm down. It's just not opening up, brother. It's opening it up and then it slow down again. Just calm down. But yeah, a veteran, sure-handed, good route runner, and good blocking receiver. That's what we need. You know, just for depth. I'm not sure how. Y'all remember last year last year in the spring game, Peyton O'Leary was given Omarion Walker that work. He was giving that boy the business. And I said this last year. I said, how many of us actually expect Peyton O'Leary to get on the field this year, even though he was giving that work to Omarion? How many of us actually expect him to get on the field? I was like, I got like a 2% chance or something, 10. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure how good a dude like Peyton O'Leary really is. We know he can give a dude that just switched to corner the business. But can you do it against dudes that, you know, actual corners? You know what I'm saying? Let me see what y'all saying. I did hear that Bredesen was saying yeah, they still got that's a good, I'm glad you said that, because that's a good, the culture has been set. You know, those of us that are in Minister Sports and all that, those chats and all that, you know, Ohio State fans, they want to talk about the culture and, oh, you guys lost your your coach and Harbaugh's culture and all that. Nope, it ain't going that easy. That culture is still there. The culture has been set. And this is why when I was in the Minister Sports chat and I was saying Aiden was so important. Aiden and Josh Ross were so important. The legacies. The dudes where it meant more to them because they had brothers than they had a father that played at Michigan. It means more to me, and we about to right this ship. We about to right this ship on our end. The coaches got to do their part, but we about to right this ship on our end in leadership, on the field and off the field, and showing what it takes and what we expect at Michigan. And they didn't understand what I was saying because they ain't following Michigan every day. So they didn't understand what I was talking about. They was, oh, Aiden didn't mean that much. Just shut up. Sit down, son. Get a chair, and let me school you. Because we talking Michigan. We ain't talking Ohio State, so you don't know what we talking about. We talking Michigan. Sit down, shut up, and you might learn something. Aiden, Josh Ross, Dax Hill, Brad Hawkins, all them dudes on that 2021 team, really, Aiden and Josh Ross were the true leaders. You know what I'm saying? They were the true leaders and guys that set the foundation of what needs to be done, what it takes, and what's the expectation from the players. They set the foundation. You know what I'm saying? And then it carried on. Because when you have true leaders and true expectations and it's set, then the players, they just watch. The younger players, they just watch. And they say, when I'm a junior, I'm going to be like him. When I'm a sophomore and I'm starting, I'm going to be like him. I'm going to be that leader. I'm going to be that. Those dudes showed those players how to get it done, what it takes on the field and off the field. Because you can play lights out on the field, but that don't mean you a leader. That don't mean you got everybody following you to the weight room. We about to go work out. Meet me in the weight room in 10 minutes. And everybody's going. That's leadership, showing what it takes to get to this championship level. So, all right, Aiden is gone. Aiden is gone. Now you got Blake. Now you got dudes like Blake that saw this is what it takes. You know what I'm saying? This is what it takes. You got dudes like Rod Moore that are seeing this as a freshman. This is what it takes. I already watch a ton of film, but I'm seeing what it takes. You know what I'm saying? Donovan, a dude like Donovan that's been there. I'm a senior now. Blake is gone. It's my turn. This is what it takes. This is how we practice. So that's the thing. You have to understand that. But Sharon Moore was there. He got to see it. He got to see how the culture changed. The Beat Ohio drill. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why I'm finna change all this stuff? This is Michigan. What I'm taking the Beat Ohio drill away from. Nah, we keep that. We keep that same energy. So the foundation is already set with those players that saw Aiden. Then they saw Blake and they saw these other dudes. They saw the leadership. They saw what you have to do to win a championship at Michigan. From Colston, all these dudes, they saw it. So they know what's expected. So now it's not something different. That's just what it is. If you at Michigan, this is what we do. So the culture is set. And that's why I get And that's why I get chills when I think about Aiden and what he did for this program. Josh Ross and them boys. That's why I get chills. Because them boys set the foundation, and now it just gets passed along. It just gets passed along. You know what I'm saying? And Sharon saw what Harbaugh did, and he saw what worked and what didn't work. You can go even to the bowl prep. We saw Harbaugh fail in bowl prep for countless years. Then he finally figured it out. I gotta do something different. It's all on the line this year. I got to do something different. Let me let the boys relax. Let the boys just relax and let's not hit so much. Let me let their bodies recover so they're fresh and they're hungry when we do get to the bowl game. Boom. You get to the Rose Bowl, they playing lights out. You get to national championship, ring time, ring ceremony. You know what I'm saying? So the foundation is set from the players that saw what it takes to the coaching staff that saw what it takes. People like to boo-boo Sharon more like he wasn't there. Sharon saw what it takes. The same way the players saw what it takes. Colston Loveland, Quentin Johnson was there when it was bad. You know what I'm saying? So you got dudes that are there. Makari Page. Some of these dudes were there when it was bad. So they know what it takes. And they saw how the change actually happened. Not just with the coaches, but from the players, the leaders. Let's take it up a notch. Let's take it up a notch. I'm tired of losing to Ohio State. These dudes think we a joke. Roman Wilson talked about this. Ohio State players, they burning his jersey and peeing on it like it's a game. Oh, it's a game. We gonna see. November, we gonna see what it's really about. November come. We're gonna see what it's about. Culture has changed. Ain't no more gold pants. Who got gold pants? Who got gold pants? They ain't got no gold pants over there. They don't know what that is. Them dudes win the game, they gonna be, what are these? Gold, we get gold pants if we beat Michigan? What? we get gold pants if we beat Michigan? You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Culture is set. The expectation isn't to play Ohio State good. The expectation isn't to barely lose to Ohio State. The expectation is to beat Ohio State. That's the expectation now. Expectation ain't to, man, we can't play with these guys. The expectation is they can't play with us. That's the expectation now. Ohio State fans, y'all can come in here and not like it if y'all want to. That's just the truth. I'm just telling you what it is. You know, so the culture with all those drills and all that stuff, that's why it was crucial to keep a Sharon Moore, to elevate him to head coach, because he understands what it took to build the culture. Transfer Christmas shopping, bro. But yeah, that's why it was so big to get Sharon, because he understands what it took to build it. You know what I'm saying? You could have got a good coach, another good coach or whatever, but you're taking a chance because he might not understand what it took to build that program, to build that we're going to beat Ohio State. We expect to beat Ohio State. The expectation to win the Big Ten. He wouldn't understand what it took to build it. So he might not understand what it's going to take to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just it right there with the culture. What else? Recruiting. I know people are worried about recruiting, but I always try to look at things from a logical perspective. Thing about recruiting that you got to understand is everybody's going to be saying the hammer is coming down on Michigan. Every program that recruits a player against Michigan is going to say, are you sure you want to go to Michigan? Sanctions are coming. Are you sure you're going to want to go to Michigan? The hammer is coming down. That's going to be every program's recruiting tool against Michigan. Whether they're coming or they're not. Whether the sanctions or the hammer is coming or it's not, that's going to be their recruiting tool. And if I'm a player, I'm going to have to think about that. Like, man, he might be right. I don't know, because none of us know. You know what I'm saying? And especially as a high school player with my future on the line, I'm going to have to take that serious. Like, man, he might be right, man. It might come, it might not. Man, I'm just gonna go to Alabama and not worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna go to Texas A&M or wherever. I'm just gonna go wherever else, so I don't have to worry about the all this sanction crap and all this stuff. I'm just gonna go somewhere else so I don't have to even think about it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's coming down. Me personally, I don't really think it is. But these high school recruits and their parents, they don't know that they gonna be like, man, he may be right. So at this point, you're gonna have to go. You're really gonna have to get dudes that really want to be at Michigan. And I guess you could say that ain't nothing new. But whether we like it or not, that recruiting tool for everybody else, sanctions are coming. The NCAA is going to hammer Michigan. That's going to hurt our recruiting. So people, man, how are we not recruiting good and we just won a championship? Did you not see what happened all season with the Harbaugh getting suspended and all this other stuff? That don't help your recruiting. Plus Harbaugh leaving, that don't help your recruiting. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we won the championship, but all that other stuff, it hurts your recruiting. It just does. Yeah, all that other stuff, it kills your recruiting. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. So I'm not surprised. Yeah, and that's the thing. We never recruited that great. What we did was we got players that really wanted to be at Michigan for the most part. You know what I'm saying? And you know what's so funny to me now, these Ohio State fans. Let me get on them. I know my connection probably gonna get fuzzy. I'm on the causeway. These Ohio State fans, they'll try to say we had fifth and sixth year guys. Okay, we got a few, or we had some. Then they'll try to say, oh, you guys didn't have a bunch of 3 stars. You had some 5 stars and 4 stars, mostly that. Which doesn't make it, and then they'll turn around and say, you guys don't recruit well. You guys don't recruit that good. So, like, what are you talking about? So we don't recruit well, but you're saying our team is made up of 4 and 5 stars. How does that even make sense? You can clearly look at the recruiting ranking and see, like, man, some of these dudes is some 3 stars that's contributing. Like, It's like they say anything to discredit, because they're trying to discredit the Michigan's culture of developing guys. They're trying to discredit that. They're trying to discredit everything about us. You know what I'm saying? Which I I don't get, because I can sit and say, man, Ryan Day, his passing offense, he knows what he's doing. I can say that. Yeah, he'll do it to a fault when he should probably run the ball, but when his passing offense is clicking, it's clicking. I can say that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't bother me. You know, I can say that. Like, man, Ohio State, they can recruit some receivers. I can say that. It doesn't bother me at all. You know, they can recruit and develop receivers. Nice. I can say that. It don't bother me. But these dudes, boy, they can't just, like, bro, Michigan develops their guys. It's tried and true. See, it bothers you because you have dudes like Joel Klatt, dudes that you probably respect saying it, so you want to pick a hole in it. It makes you get in your feelings, because you got dudes that got their respected guys in the college football community saying Michigan develops guys better than Ohio State. So it bothers you. It bothers you. You hate that. You hate that they say Michigan develops guys better than Ohio State. Because Ohio State has the recruits. Y'all got the 5 stars, team full of 4 stars. Y'all got them. But y'all don't develop them as good. And this is the thing about development. Developing a guy, it don't matter whether it takes 4 years, 5 years, or whatever. It don't matter. As long as he develops and becomes a good or great player, that's all that matters. Don't matter how long he stays and how long it took for him to develop. It might take you might come in as a freshman, boom, and it clicks. You just understand the system, you understand what it takes to be great, and it's good for you. It might take me 3 years. It might take me 4 years before I understand what it takes to be a good college football player or starter or in the rotation. It might take me 4 years. Does it matter though? As long as I can contribute and I'm a good player on the team, that's all that matters. Don't matter if it took me 4, it don't matter if it took me 5 years. Don't matter how long it took. Colston Loveland made an impact as a freshman. Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards make impacts as a freshman. Makari Page took him, what, red shirt sophomore year, 3 years. Rod Moore, freshman. Quentin Johnson, what, 5th year, 4th year? Took him the 4th year to really get good, to where I wasn't like, oh God, what is he doing out there? Took him his senior year. I don't care. Braden McGregor, what did it take him? 5 years? 4, 5 years? I don't care how long it takes. I just want you to eventually get there. Because when he gets there, he can contribute. Oh, you guys had guys that, I don't care how long they say, they was kicking your butt. That's all that mattered. Quentin Johnson out there lining dudes up. Emeka Ibuka, you might wake up for the Missouri game. I don't care how long it takes. Hell, I don't care how long it takes. I just want him to be good. because everybody doesn't come along at the same pace. Everybody doesn't come along at the same pace. So that's the thing that they don't understand. And what's so funny about this, they got these dudes trying to come back. They're trying to do what we did. Oh, you talk about what we did, but yet your team is doing the same thing this year. Trying to do what we did. So y'all talk about what Michigan did with all these players coming back. But that's exactly what you're trying to do now. That's exactly what you're trying to do now. Hey, I enjoy going at Ohio State fans, especially in the Minister Sports chat, because I done got so good at it. I done got so good at trolling Ohio State fans in the chat. Except the Buckeye Scoop, because they'll just ignore you. A Buckeye Scoop, they'll just ignore you. Just ignore him. He'll go away if you ignore him. Don't give him the time of day. But I done got so good at the Minister Sports chat trolling them dudes, boy, because I know what to say. I know what to say to them. You know, they'll be saying something, and then I hit them with, when was the last time Ohio State won the Big Ten? OSU fans, when was the last time y'all won the Big Ten? When was the last time y'all won the Big Ten? You know they don't want to say it because it's been through 2020. So then they might come with something else. I hit them with the OSU fans, when was the last time y'all won a natty? That natty dusty, ain't it? Ain't that natty rusty? 2014? Ain't that natty rusty? I know that natty dusty, dog. There, you know, I done got real petty with him. I be petty though. OSU. We know OSU gonna be gonna win the pregame twerk battle. One thing Ohio State good at is twerking before big games. They gonna win that. Hey, I be coming with them checkmates on them, boy. I be on them checkmate, like, bro. Cause they try to say you ain't tough. They tough, or Michigan wasn't tougher than us. Ah, okay. So was y'all twerking before the game, or that was another team? Was that another team, or was that y'all twerking? Didn't I see y'all twerking before the game? And so y'all tough? You had a twerk off before the game, boy. You ain't tough. I could have swore I seen y'all listening to Sexy Red talking about, hey, my baby daddy, my son need a new pappy. But y'all tough. Like, okay. That must be a new tough. That must be a new tough. I don't know nothing about being tough like that. You know, so boy, I be getting under their skin, boy. I hate it when I be on the phone with my girl. I hate it when I get on with the phone with my girl while I'm at work and I miss the chat on Minister Sports. I be like, dang. Dang, I was finna cook these boys. Dang, I was finna cook them. Yeah, that was, I'm sorry, if I was Ryan Day, the first thing I would stop is that. That's that right. You know, you used to have dudes headbutting each other. You know what I'm saying? Our coach Harbaugh's over there hitting JJ in the chest. He over there hitting the quarterback in the chest, banging him on his shoulder pads. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. You know, but that's a mentality and mindset thing. I know my connection probably done got bad right here. I'm really over this bridge. You know what I'm saying? So to me that's a snapshot of the culture. You had Harbaugh over there smacking JJ on the pads, hitting him in the chest before the game. Boom, 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 hitting him, smacking him on the shoulder pads, getting him ready. You know what I'm saying? Then you got them over there, they smacking each other on the butt. You go, girl! They over there, hey, hey, hey. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm exaggerating, but you know, we saw what they was doing. And then you see our coach over there hitting the player, hitting him in his chest, hitting him over the shoulder pads. That, to me, that's a snapshot. That's a snapshot of the culture. You know what I'm saying? Because, and you know, another thing, Harbaugh, that was just Harbaugh. That was him. He's always done that. Hitting the dudes in the chest, the quarterback. They're in our house. This is our year. This is getting the dudes hype, like getting everybody hype that saw those pregame speeches to the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you talking about get your blood boiling, Sharon Moore. You know what I'm saying? But you see Ryan Day, you know, he's doing his he over there about to turn into Stephon Urkel. You know, doing it. You know, that's not you. You know what I'm saying? Players pick up on that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? They pick up on, like, what's coach doing, bro? This ain't coach. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't me trying to knock them. It's just I can tell. So if I can tell, I know the player doing. This ain't him. You know what I'm saying? You can pick up on this stuff. Like, man, this ain't coach. What are you doing? What coach doing? All right, go team. Bro, you see what coach. What's up, coach? Tough and stuff, bro. Like, this ain't him. But what just happened? If Harbaugh does a speech, if Harbaugh did a speech, he'd be Harbaugh's speeches are like poetry and stuff. You know, that's him. But that's him. He'll give you a story about the Spartans or a story of, who knows. Harbaugh does some like quirky type of things. It'll be like poetry or something. You know what I'm saying? But that's him. That's him. Sharon Moore, he gonna give you a speech and have you ready to run through a wall. All right. Sharon Moore had you ready to hit. That's him. You know what I'm saying? So that's part of their culture, you know. Seemed like Ryan Day still trying to find himself as a coach. from what Harbaugh did to him over these last 3 years, it seems like he's trying to find himself as a coach. You know what I'm saying? And maybe some of the dudes that he hired and fired, maybe that'll, get it done for him. You know what I'm saying? But it's been funny to watch. It's been funny to watch as a Michigan fan, that's for sure. But that twerking huddle, that's a problem. That is a problem, bro. Next year and Heartline gonna be each other before the game. Oh my goodness, what's his name? Judkins. Yeah, he's definitely zesty. He's got a little sugar in his tank. You know, you see. You know, he's definitely got some of that in his tank, in him. Who is that? Jason Kennedy? Shout out to Jason Kennedy. I don't know if you trolling or what, but hey. But yeah, the culture, that's the big thing between both teams. And you can see the good and the bad in them. You know, they can like it or not. Ohio State fans, this is no shade. This is just what is happening. And if you pay attention, you can see this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You see, you can go through my shorts. I got a bunch of stuff trolling them and videos making fun of them. You know, they're wide receivers. You know, they got their one offensive huddle, you know, twerking, the offensive twerk huddle, and then you got their receivers before the game. Boy, they be having a clown show. Woohoo! Woo! They doing the LeBron. Woo! Patty cake. Like, bro, what are y'all doing? Are y'all about to play football or patty cake? Like, these dudes back there jumping around. Like, what the hell are y'all doing? I didn't know what was going on, so I downloaded it and I put it as a short, and I put who runs the world girls behind it. Check it out. Calm down, boy. Ain't nobody tell you to go that fast. People be driving cuckoo. But yeah, they out there doing the ballet, like these boys jumping around and woohoo, woohoo, patty cake. They like, bro, what are y'all doing before the game? Like, this is crazy to me. Like, these dudes is wild. Like, they trying to put on a doggone, like they doing cats or something, some type of play before the game with all this. It's like it's a ballet or something. Are y'all playing football? Y'all signed up for a different sport than we did. Did we sign? Is we playing the same sport? Because I'm confused of what y'all doing before the game. Like, what is going on? Like they over there doing gymnastics or something before the game. Like, bro, like, what's like, bro? And you know it's hilarious to me because as soon as I see it, I just push screen record. I'm already trying to figure out what song I'm finna put behind it. Like, I don't know. You know, I gotta find something that's gonna set it off. Like, cause these boys is wilding. Like, boy, what is going on? Whew. Before for the spring game, I'm looking to see how Orji looks. I'm looking to see how Orji looks, Zeke Berry. I'm looking for that nickel corner and that outside corner, Hill and Waller. I'm trying to see how they look. The offensive line, of course. But you know how they do it in the spring game? They mix and match the teams, which I'd hate. I hate the mixing and matching. So you don't know who's where a lot of the times. You know what I'm saying? You got to really watch to find who's who. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking for those dudes, Zeke Berry, the quarterbacks, of course, Cole Cabana, Benjamin Hall, you know what I'm saying? Those dudes, TJ Guy. I'm looking for a lot of the young players that it's their turn to contribute. I'm looking to see what they do. And plus, the quarterbacks is what I'm really going to be looking at. Orji mostly, as far as the quarterbacks. Because my expectations ain't that high for the other dudes. I'm just going to keep it real. I'd be pleasantly surprised if Denegal is a stud, but I'm really trying to see what Orji has. But yeah, the missing pieces on defense, I'm looking at that corner, nickel, the backups, the backup edge rushers. I'm trying to see that. Some of the backup linebackers, I'm trying to see that. And the offensive line, of course. You know what I'm saying? But it's mix and match. So you can, some of these positions, you can't take too much from it because it's mixed and matched. You know what I'm saying? You're going with a mix and match offensive line. If they still go with that. If they, pick the teams like they have been. It's mix and match. So you're not seeing the first team offensive line against the first team defense. You're seeing them mixed up. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how they pick the teams this year. But some of these stuff you can't take that much from it because it's mix and match. Offensive line is a unit that has to learn to play together. You know what I'm saying? If it's mixed and matched, you're not going to learn that much from it. From watching the spring game because they're mixed and matched. Offensive line has to play as a unit and know what each other does. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're a cohesive unit. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's what I'm looking for the most part. Let me go in here and do some work. I appreciate y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.